Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like the video if you like the video. And I won't tell if you click that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. Andrew Thomas has been the hot topic this week. It seems that he's getting worse and worse every week. His first game against Pittsburgh, against Bud Dupree, I saw him stonewall Bud Dupree a couple of times. He looked like a dominant left tackle. He looked like he would be the best left tackle in this draft, and especially since that was the first game of that wasn't the first, I think that ended up being on a Monday night, but he looked like a dominant left tackle. It just looked like he was the guy, and he was shoring up that left side immediately. Fast forward to the next game, gave up a couple pressures. You say, okay, he's learning, he's a rookie. Next game, he gives up more pressures, and he's giving up sack fumbles for touchdowns, and then it's becoming a concern. Now, Andrew Thomas, I wanted Jedrick Wills out of Alabama to start at left tackle for us. I thought he had the best feet. I thought he had the best hands. I thought he was the most technically sound. But for some reason, there was just this overarching opinion that Andrew Thomas was the safest pick. But when you look at Andrew Thomas on film in college, he's trying to block people with his hands out here. He's got his hands all the way to the outside, trying to, put his hands on people's shoulders. That'll work in college if you're stronger, if you're faster, if you're more athletic than everybody else on the field. But in the NFL, if you try to put your hands all the way out here and you're lunging over, that's not going to work. These guys in the NFL are more athletic than you. Even if they weren't, even if they're less athletic than you, they're more technically sound than you because they're veterans. And you cannot get away with doing that. Andrew Thomas has got to get his hands inside. He's got to get on balance. He's got to stop leaning forward as much, because if you're off balance, it doesn't matter how strong you are. You're going to get thrown to the ground. You're going to get made to look stupid. We saw it so many times with Ereck Flowers. He was on one foot. He was off balance. He was already off balance before the play even started. Andrew Thomas, I think, is a much better prospect than Ereck Flowers, but he can end up having a similar career if he doesn't shore up some of these mistakes. You see him improving his pass sets a little bit, his hand placement a little bit. His punch is his worst attribute. And I don't understand how all these NFL scouts and NFL fans look at this tape and see that the punch is his worst attribute, yet they say he's the safest guy. I just didn't get it. I would much rather have Jedrick Wills here, who I wanted from the beginning, but he's on our team. I'm going to root for Andrew Thomas to get better. I could go over the stats and the pressures, how he's giving up more pressures than all the other three tackles put together. And don't get me started on Tristan Wirfs. I would take him at right tackle any day. I was wrong on Tristan Wirfs. I thought that he would be mostly a run blocking guy, but he is solid all around. Solid all around. So like I said, Andrew Thomas is our first round pick. We have to root for him to succeed. But I'll tell you, as a Giants fan, after seeing Ereck Flowers, I don't want to sit through 3-4 years of this guy playing like this. Like I said, I think he'll get better. I hope he gets better. But I don't want to sit through years of this. So I'm going to give Andrew Thomas the rest of this season, halfway through next season, which I think is fair. Because if you have technical issues, fundamental issues, that gets corrected in the offseason. You can try to correct it in season, but you're getting so many bad reps over and over again in game. You have to correct that in the offseason in a controlled environment. So I'm going to give him the rest of this season. I'm going to give him midway through next season. And if he's still playing like this, if he's still having the same mistakes, you've got to think about moving him to guard. You've got to think about, Will Hernandez's contract is coming up, so maybe he replaces Will Hernandez at guard, but you got to think about making some kind of move, because we cannot have bad left tackle play. No matter who's playing quarterback, he's playing like the worst tackle in the league. So guys, we got to give him the season. We have to. But other than that, midway through next season, you got to think about making a serious change. So I think he'll eventually get better. But let me know what you think down in the comments. So if you made it this deep into the video, definitely hit that subscribe button. I make Giants content, NFL content, so all NFL fans are welcome here. And until next time, it's Diggy546, and I'm out.